Do you ever feel that life is just way too overwhelming?
Do you ever feel like life just gets in the way?
Or how everyone else makes it look so easy and you just can't figure it out?
All the time. And if this sounds like you, then grab a seat, get a cup of Joe or a glass of Merlot, and join the two broads from Boca as we discuss life and those taboo topics that you only talk about behind closed doors.
It is time to open those doors, embrace yourself, and take your power back.
So give us a call at 888-565-1470 and ask those unspoken questions.
Or simply just share an idea.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Two Broads from Boca. We are live, coming to you from lovely Boca Raton. I am your co-host, Dr. Amelia Schreibman, or Amy Schreibman, whatever you want to call me. And this is my
Dr.
co-host,
Amy. Hi,
Dr. Amy.
I am Dawn Grauber.
Yes.
Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome. I have
It's
to
winter.
say something. She's dressed.
I am dressed for
Everybody see
winter.
that?
Let me tell you.
I was thinking about that today.
I am
want you to know.
so not a winter in Florida
I know.
girl. The layers are like way too much.
I know. See, I always
Between
wear
the
sleeves
bodysuit-
'cause I gotta hide the bat wings.
The bodysuit and the tights and the sleeves and the jacket. I'm like exhausted just leaving my house this morning.
It had to be very rough for you. I was thinking
It
about
was
you
rough.
today because I went to work this morning and I
rough.
left really early. It was like 20 to 6, and I'm like, it's freezing out here. And I was like, oh God, okay. So I had my coat, a little jacket on, and I had scrubs on because I was going to the hospital, to the nursing school. So I get in the car. I'm like, what? She's got to put clothes on today because she's going to be freezing.
It was rough, like Pocahontas. And then when you have to go to the restroom, I got all these fringes and the bodysuit and the tights. I'm thinking, I can't.
Shame for her, isn't it?
I know. At least
See,
tomorrow will
when
be
you-
warm. I go back to sleepless.
You will never have bat wings. But when you have bat wings, you have to learn to camouflage the bat
Tomorrow
wings.
we can enjoy the Florida weather again.
Again, Amelia, I heard it's going to be
I
cold
don't know. I
again.
got a new pair of boots though out of it, so
there
it
you
shouldn't
go.
be a total loss.
There you go. I'm
Florida-
wearing tights.
Florida
I'm very
struggles.
happy.
They were showing today pictures of Lake Michigan, and they had like the bridges had icicles hanging from it, and we're complaining
The
about wearing
struggles of
mufflers.
Florida.
Can't do it again. Can't do it
Welcome
again.
to the Two Broads from Boca. You can find us live streaming on Facebook on Two Broads from Boca. You can also find us on Periscope at AMP2 TV. You can find us on your iHeartRadio app, 1470 AM, as well as 95.3 FM. And always on our website, Two Broads from Boca. And give us a call, 888-565-1470. A lot of housekeeping, huh?
I know, a lot of housekeeping. So how was the week?
The week was good.
Very good. Me
The week
too.
is good. My daughter moved home.
I know.
We have a small studio audience
Very
with
small
us.
studio.
7 years she hasn't lived at home.
Honey, you're going to be running out. You're going to be running out.
7 years she hasn't
They're going
lived
to throw
home.
you out. That's all I'm saying.
So she's making herself a little comfortable, I
Little
think,
nest.
for now.
Nesting.
Here's how it goes. She's got her toe in the door and her foot out the door. She's testing the waters and waiting to get out.
Too much. We have 6 bedrooms. That's fine. I'm serious.
So it's all good. We haven't had anyone live home in quite a long time.
And no one wants to leave my home.
Yeah, but your kids are a lot younger.
It's okay.
She's
They don't wanna-
24.
They don't even want to go to camp, please.
We have a little bit of a droopy mic.
Anyway, yeah, that's the Cialis microphone. But that being said, let's see what's going on. I started school again, not for me, school teaching again. So that was interesting.
Nice.
It's not that we're in the finish line. I have the seniors now, so we're very happy. They're almost at the end. Be prepared, world. They're coming at you.
School's back in session. Everyone's
back in session.
going.
Traffic is just fabulous, might I add. But other than that, we're all good. I am very excited because we have fabulous guests this evening. I've been hunting this guy down for quite some time, and his assistant and also / fiance has been very gracious, and finally we have got them on the show. Our guest today is Peter Gary. And he is I'm going to say, owner / publisher of the Boca Voice, and his fiance. And I don't know what she does everything for Peter, Lorianne Riolo. And they're here today to talk about the
She's
Boca
his
Voice.
better half.
Yes, much
that
better
how it
half.
goes?
No offense, but it is the better half.
That would be accurate statement.
See, I know.
And I have to say, I'm surrounded by all my Italian friends here today, so I'm very excited about that.
That's how it goes in Boca.
Yes, and I will tell you, it is very interesting. I love everything about the Boca Voice because, and I love your mission, because he's a myth buster. That's what I call him. Because we have to deal with all the myths about Boca Raton.
Fact finder.
Yes, and he's here laying it out old school, telling the truth. So let's talk about how you got to this venture. I want to know about that.
Well, to be honest with you, I just got sick and tired of hearing all of the negative things that were out there about Boca Raton. I mean, you just got everybody's out there. Everybody has, first off, getting around the old school, just preconceived notions about Boca Raton.
The retirement notions?
The retirement
No,
notions.
the home of the
and-
nearly dead.
Nearly dead, right?
And the
And God's waiting
newlywed.
room.
Yeah.
right? And Jerry Seinfeld, kind of set this preconceived
Boca Del
notion.
Vista.
Yeah, that's right. So you have that, and then you add on top of that, you have these factions out there that just talk so negatively about Boca Raton. And
Particularly
things
the
that are
women, we
happening.
get a very bad rap here.
Very
You do,
bad.
and it does, and it's like what's happening? Why are we talking so poorly about Paradise? We have so many incredible things happening about Boca Raton. Did people forget that? And we even talk about poorly about some of the construction that's happening, but they forget what they're tearing down. They're tearing down dilapidated buildings that just had no purpose.
Well, let's talk about that. I think that now with all this construction that is going down on downtown, our city is becoming a very hot spot again.
It is.
It's about the
And-
growth.
right,
We're
it's about
growing.
growth. But
Bigger
I
Who would
also
have
and
ever
better.
thought we'd have a Mandarin hotel
Is that
coming in?
amazing? In the
Can
Hyatt
you-
Place and everything right here? The
And
Mandarin, right.
And I think
Amazing.
it's increased revenue for the city, increased exposure for the city, and why can't we be as snazzy as Del Rey?
It's it's an interesting story. So I had an opportunity to interview John Tolbert, the president and CEO of the Boca Resort.
Which, that's a whole other story. I love that place.
Okay, but here's a guy that you would think would be upset about two big hotels moving in. He couldn't have been more excited about two hotels moving in because now it gives him more opportunity during the summer months to bring more opportunity in for the city.
And keeps him on his toes.
It
too.
does.
And it brings different price point of people to Boca as
Exactly.
well. It's not
Sure it
it's
does.
not only those can afford the Boca Hotel, but those that can afford the Hyatt Place.
That's
because
right.
all of Boca now can be reached.
But if you look at all of the different opportunities now in downtown Boca, okay, people think about, it's only for the wealthy. It's not.
No.
Look at the opportunities. I love being able to go on a Saturday morning. We love to go over and look at the Greenwise shops. You can go over if you go to
Absolutely.
the
market.
The green
the
market.
market,
Right.
right?
Right.
And be able to walk over and look at and be able to look at things that you normally can't do. Well, we have the opportunity to do that on a Saturday morning, right? Mm-hmm. Where else can you do that?
Where we live is true, and we were laughing about the weather that I'm in long sleeves and a jacket, but honestly, it's the most beautiful weather, and you walk outside and it's crisp and it's clear, and you've got the beach, and you've got so many kind people.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. And you have us, the two broads.
I love you guys.
Especially
man.
now
I really
with the
do.
downtowner and everything,
my
it's
God.
bringing people together. They have that one
Absolutely.
bar where they bicycle
Is
around
that the best
town
thing?
and-
Yes.
So everything that they're doing now is actually bringing the community together.
I agree.
Not making it worse. It's
I
better.
have to tell you, often 2 or 3 times a week I'm down at Royal Palm Plaza because I'm taking dance lessons.
That's awesome.
Yes, it's so much fun. I have
It
to
is
tell you, it's
fun.
the best thing I've ever done. And I got my husband doing it now too. And it's really hysterical. And I go down there and I literally, he has to pull me like, I don't want to go home. I'm like, oh, can't we just stay here a little bit longer? It's so beautiful
It
and it's
is.
so fun. And the people are so happy. I mean, it's not fairy tale land. I'm not saying that, but
Yeah, it is.
in an essence, it is because you constantly feel like you're living in a place where you're on vacation all the time.
You are.
You know.
Well, dance lessons. Let's talk about your dance
Yeah,
lessons.
that was our
Let's
next
talk about
one.
your dancing
Listen, that was
debut.
by far one of the best experiences I've ever been able to do in
Well,
my
tell
life.
everybody about it. 'Cause
Okay,
nobody
so
knows
the
what we're
George
talking
Snow
about.
Foundation hosts an annual event that they raise an incredible amount of money. And their mission is to send kids that honestly can't afford to go to college. It gives them the opportunity to go to college. They have a different set of grants and scholarships that they allow to do it. Their mission has been out there for quite a few years, and they're entrenched in the community. George Snow Foundation, who's run by Tim Snow, his son, has just done this phenomenal opportunity, has given this phenomenal opportunity to kids. 2 years ago, Donna Parlapiano with AutoNation, who is just a phenomenal human being, and I'm blessed to be able to know her as a friend, did it. And I came to her and I said, Donna, I just listen to some of these stories. I'm so touched by these kids and what they're doing and this foundation. How can I get involved? She said, well, be careful what you ask for because I'll introduce you to Tim. So, and I happen to know Tim through a few other friends, and I went to Tim and I said, Tim, I'd really like to be involved. So Tim was said, well, listen, if you want to get involved, I'll gladly, allow you to. And I was fortunate enough, he gave me the opportunity. So last year we got involved, and there was 7 other community dancers, and with all of us, we got together and we danced and we put on a great show for the community, and we raised a great deal of money for the kids. And we had a great time. But nothing compares, honestly, to seeing the look on the kids' faces when they saw what we did for them.
That's awesome.
When you
Really was
see and you
amazing.
touch what it is that these kids actually get out of this, and they get out and they actually give their speeches, there's nothing that can compare to that. There's no better investment that we can have than our children.
Absolutely.
The youth is the true investment that we
That's
have.
what it is. When you can touch a soul of a child and make a difference, when they've come from a circumstance that's beyond their control and make a difference. And you do that with Boys and Girls Club. You do that with the Foundation for Autism. You do so much of what you do is giving back.
It's because of what I believe wholeheartedly, that it's our youth that is our future.
I agree.
So
I
what is the
agree.
mission of the Boca Voice, in your words?
It's to give a voice to Boca Raton. So often we have allowed the loud minority to speak out loud and get whatever they want done. And I'm fed up. I've had it.
Good for you.
I'm just fed up with it. And so I want to put a voice to the silent majority. And I want the silent majority to stand up and truly have a voice of reason. That's all. Whatever the residents want, I want them to have. I'm not going to give them, other than I'll give them my commentary. I'm going to give them what I believe my opinion is, but I'll clearly define my opinion.
Okay.
It's my opinion. Then I'll lay out fact. This is fact. This is my opinion. Okay, it's amazing to me, and Lorianne will testament that that she'll tell you it's amazing the restraint that I use sometimes on social media because
have
she
to.
knows it's not necessarily how I would like to normally react to some of the people that outright attack me when I go out and have an honest debate with somebody. I mean, they'll just try to crush me when I'm laying out fact. I'm not trying to take an opinion one way or the other. I'm just laying out facts.
Absolutely.
Right? So you can't dispute fact. If you're going to get up on a soapbox and you're going to try and use sound bites and manipulate video and do all of these things to try to crush, whether it's the city council or a developer or anybody else, then have the facts to back it up. Okay? And that's what's bothering me. Now, I went on to one of the other local sites, it was Boca Watch, and I tried to engage them in what I thought was. The problem was, every time I did, I was deleted and censored.
That is a problem.
Okay? So if you're going to be a voice, okay, and if you want to be a publication for all of the residents, but yet you're not going to allow them to have a two-way conversation with you, and you're going to censor your content, then you're not really a voice for the residents.
But if you're giving fact and you're not giving your opinion, and those that are your opinion, that you truly say this is my opinion, then you open it up for opinions. But if
Right.
you're
That's
stating
great.
fact, then it's not open for discussion.
Fact is
This is
fact.
the
Fact
fact.
is fact.
You're on a fact-finding mission.
Well,
Fact
Boca
is
Voice
fact.
is a media source, and we want to give as much information as we can.
But I think
to
you want
the
to be
public.
a reliable media
Right,
source.
reliable,
Correct.
and telling them when there are town meetings so they can go and hear for themselves and get all the
I think
information they
that's
need to
super
make an
important.
educated choice at election
But
time.
what I also like what you do is that you really stress the fact that Boca Raton is a thriving city. It's a young city, a family city. Things to do. You have your segment.
What's Cooking
What's
Boca.
cooking
What's
Boca.
cooking now?
And I love that.
You know what I love about her segment? Is she doesn't cook. I love her. I said, you know what? This is not a segment
But she makes
for
good
me.
reservations.
And she
There
says,
you go.
Well, see, everyone that knows she
That's
said it's perfect. You
Right,
do your
exactly.
restaurants. And I was like, I do. I feel
'cause
very
for somebody
comfortable.
who has like me with 2 kids and a husband, and I'm always cooking. It's so nice to find a place to go to on Saturday that somebody else has gone to, and not just go in and be like, but like you know,
Right.
when you have somebody that's gone to and it's kind of kid friendly and it's still like nice, and it's hard to do that on the spur of the moment. Let me tell you. So I'm like flipping through Facebook trying to find you, and you can find them on Facebook all the time. It's
what
called
is your
Boca
website?
Voice.
Where can people find you? Facebook, website?
TheBocaVoice.com, We're on Facebook as well. We live stream on Facebook. You can see us on Facebook or YouTube or thebookofvoice.com.
You sound like us.
Right? We're just
Birds of a
everywhere.
feather
And we're
flock
growing
together.
segments. We're actually just starting. We started an interview series. There's, as everybody knows, March 14th there'll be an election in Boca
Yes.
Raton, and we started interviewing all of the city councilmen. And we're giving again. We're not taking a side on any of the city councilmen. We're letting all of them come on and get interviewed. We're going to do a debate
Just the
series.
facts, ma'am.
We're going to do a debate series, and we're going to do a town hall.
We also have
So
a real
awesome.
estate series that we're doing, Keys to Boca. Ben RC, a local realtor, is doing that. And we have a millennial student, FAU student, John Carter. He's doing Raise Your Voice.
Yes, I see him all the time, which is awesome. I know,
Yeah, he
that's awesome.
covered that recent with the pentagram.
Yeah.
That caused a
That
lot
was
of debate.
awesome.
Yeah,
That was
so
a lot
awesome.
of debate
Yeah.
and how
Yeah.
that worked out.
We
And
made national news with that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That was awesome sauce.
Yeah.
We were on even on Fox, as
Yeah.
a matter of fact.
Fox News and CBS picked it up.
Yes,
So we're
very
trying
good.
to cover, all the bases, everything that has to do with Boca.
That's so
But what
awesome.
we're not trying to be is we're not trying to be just an anti something. We're pro Boca.
Yes.
And that's what I'm trying to explain is that we're not out there to try to be something that everybody else isn't. We're honestly trying to show all of the things that Boca is so that when people go, they have a source to go, whether it's society, whether it's charity, whether it's where to go out to eat this weekend or what events are coming up. We want to be a one-stop shop for everybody to go out and find out what's happening good in Boca Raton, including your show. I think your guys' show is incredible,
So
and I
do
enjoy
we.
watching. Okay, so I want people to go and understand. Hey, look, Two Broads in Boca is a great show to listen to. Here's something that's great that's happening in Boca Raton that's homegrown. Here's an opportunity for you to understand it, right?
And I kind of think that we also are very pro Boca Raton. We try to break the myth of what Boca Raton women are. I mean, we tease each other a lot. I tease her a lot because she's homegrown. I'm kind of like a transplant. So it's really fun.
I'm
to-
homegrown, but I work 5 days a week and 3
Exactly.
nights a week. And on Saturdays
Exactly.
and Sundays, we live stream.
So it's really,
You know?
it's nice to be, and we use the word broad very,
Loosely.
no, we like that because it's a strong woman. And,
Sure.
we're
Right.
not all jewelry shopping, mall going.
No, that's what I liked about your show when I
Stereotypical.
first started
Yeah.
watching it.
We're
yeah.
smart girls. Let me just
We
say
like
that.
to, you give Boca a voice. We like to give women and families a voice. So, as we say, no one should ever suffer in silence. That there's always a resource. There's always someone that's going through the same thing you are on the inside, even though we may look how we look on the outside. On the inside, we're all going through something. So let's provide the
Well,
resources
speaking
and
of which,
outreach.
that's another segment we're going to do. We're going to be starting a segment on all female-owned businesses in Boca Raton.
Very nice.
Because believe it or not, there are a lot of female-owned businesses in Boca Raton that people don't realize how many entrepreneurs,
So many.
female-owned entrepreneurs there are in Boca Raton. It's
Girls in
incredible.
Boca. There
Well,
you go.
because part of the myth is the women stay home and they are in
Not
their
even
clubs
close.
and they're golfing and their tennis and their cards, and there are many that do, but there are
Right.
many
That
that
don't.
are
Hardworking
that
women.
are we're hardworking, where it's 2-income families, and that debunks the whole myth.
Educated.
Right.
Do more than shop.
That's right.
You know.
So you're starting that segment, which will be nice.
That'll be
That'll
lovely.
be starting in February.
Very nice.
And you have your segment. When is your segment on?
It's on Thursdays.
What time?
Well, no,
It's,
They can
it's all
watch it
different.
anytime.
Anytime
Okay.
on Thursdays.
So
It's
people can
posted
tune in.
on Thursdays.
It's posted on
Yeah.
Thursdays. So you
Right.
have different segments posted on different days.
Correct.
Exactly.
Mine
Yours are
is
Fridays.
Fact or Fiction Friday.
Yeah, he's
Factor
Friday.
I
Fiction
love Fact or
Friday.
Fiction
Yeah.
Friday. Cracks me up. Cracks me up. all
Raise
the
Your
time.
Voice is Monday, and Wednesdays is Keys to Boca, the real estate segment.
And how about kids? Because I know it's all about kids to you. Do you have kids
Yeah, we're
segments?
actually going to be starting a kids segment. We're deciding on who we're going to have host it. So we're working on that. We're trying to find a good host for it. Unfortunately, I'm not so sure whether or not we're trying to get my daughter to contemplate it because my daughter is downright gorgeous. We're trying to see if my daughter
So you're
will
not
host it.
prejudiced at all.
I know.
Not at all. She's the
Right here. Wrapped around right here.
So she would host a
Thanks.
kids network or a kids
A
show.
kids show. I'm trying to get her to. My daughter is a cook, and I'm trying. She is. She's just a phenomenal
Thanks to you,
baker.
not to me.
And I'm trying to get her.
Yeah,
I'm
mine's
trying
gonna
to
heating up
convince
slice and
her-
bake.
I'm trying to convince her to do a
Slice and
small
bake,
baking
that's
show.
great.
And if I can convince her to do this small baking show, we're going to be, hopefully, she's going to be teaching this baking show. So I'm trying to convince her to do
I
it.
like that. I like to bake myself.
You know, when you can get kids involved and empower them
At a young age.
at an age, because they're the role models for the other kids.
Right.
And we've worked so closely with the Anti-Defamation League and Kids in Distress, and it's always about giving back to the kids and empowering them. And the amazing thing is, once you empower them on one show, someone else listens and they pick them up for another show, and then they're giving another ambassadorship, and then their presence grows and their self-confidence grows, and things that they thought never were possible
Happen.
as you see what you've given them, the gift that, as they say, anything is possible. Not even everything, anything is possible.
We
Couldn't
also
agree
have
more.
a great editor who does a lot of articles with the Museum of Art.
Michelle
Children's
Kaplan.
Museum. Yeah.
That's a nice
She's just
thing.
phenomenal. She's been doing work, and she was she's well published. She's been with Sun Sentinel, with the Palm Beach Post,
Very
and she has a lot of
nice.
articles that go out. They get posted all of the time on our social and on our website.
Very good.
So that's really good. Go and read some of the articles; they're just phenomenal.
It's amazing.
For the kids. And there's so many things that are going on that are family friendly. And especially
Absolutely.
now
No, a
that,
lot.
I hate to say football season, the football season is coming to an end, and it's much more family time now because you can get out and all the art fairs start and all the things outside
They have a
because our
phenomenal camp,
paradise
too.
They do.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Their camp.
and
is
all the
amazing.
activities that are going on in Boca. And the
Oh,
green
for sure.
market now is running
I
through
know,
spring.
isn't that awesome? That's so much
Yeah,
fun.
there is.
It's so much fun, and it's sad. Everybody complains that it's busy now. It's the busy season, but you know what? It's nice. It's nice. The city is very much alive.
Our parks and recreation system are better. They're second to none in the
the
country.
jewel of Palm Beach County is Sugar Sand Park. Let's be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
It is.
And the beaches.
And the beaches.
We have so much to offer.
Beautiful.
And nobody, and honestly, truly, is not utilized nearly as well as it could be.
Agreed. Because people don't know about it. I'm
don't.
being honest with you. They think that we are is a mall.
We did two
That's-
great
that's-
articles.
you're
We actually
100%
did two
right.
great articles on the park system, and our promise was to have, I believe it was 6 acres per 1,000 residents, and we're at 11 acres per 1,000 residents.
Nice.
So it's an amazing difference as to what we actually produced per resident. So it's amazing and what we actually provide in parks and recreation to our residents of Boca Raton. The city is doing a great job.
In the community centers. I remember my kids were young a million years ago, but dance and all the things that were affordable through the community center that otherwise are so expensive, the private lessons and the things that are out there are offered through so many resources
Sure.
that we have. And it's just picking up the recreator and going through it.
In our amphitheater, we have our own amphitheater
I know,
at
isn't
Meisner.
that place awesome?
It's great.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the concerts are great.
And
there.
you know what's even great? You don't even have to go. You can sit there and go to a restaurant and still enjoy the concert.
That's right.
Which is
That's a
awesome.
beautiful
Which we
thing.
prefer.
Exactly.
I prefer that. We pull up our chairs.
But just
in the
Meisner
middle.
alone, that whole area is just an all night thing. You know, there's theater, the
IPEC.
art. It's just great. It's just we actually just took the kids to IPEC while they were on spring break, and then we went to the Yard House, and they were like, "Can we just stay a little bit longer?" I'm
Just
like,
stay
"Yeah,
longer."
that's not a problem."
Yeah, this
So what
time
are
of
some
the
of
year
your favorite
especially.
things in Boca?
Well, of course, I love Meisner Park too. I love going there and sitting outside, especially if you could bring your pets because it's so
Pet
pet
friendly.
friendly
So
there,
cool.
and it's great. And the restaurants will come out and they'll put the little dog bowls out.
Isn't
and
that
they'll
awesome
give
that
them
they
do
water. My
Our
number
dog
one
Daisy
favorite
loves
thing by
Meisner
far
Park.
is the beach. I mean, I grew up in Fort Lauderdale. I was born and raised there, so I grew up on the beach, and the beaches here are gorgeous.
Beaches are gorgeous.
Ridiculously gorgeous, like ridiculous.
How about you, Peter?
I'm equal. I love taking Daisy to Meisner Park. Our dog Daisy just loves going over to Meisner Park and just hanging out and chilling. I'm a big cigar smoker, so I like going out.
So you're like
and-
Mike 6x60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we go over and Max's grill allows us to smoke cigars outside, and Daisy will sit right by my side and just chill out and relax, and they'll come out and give her water as I'm
Same
sitting there and
trends here with
relaxing.
women, dogs, little girls. You're very kind. I mean, I don't know.
Kindness matters, right?
Exactly.
It's always
It
about
does.
being kind and giving back. What would be your goal for 2017 for the Boca Voice?
I want in 2017 for the residents to be more engaged in our city. If we can get the silent majority to come out and to truly impact our March election so that we have the right people in city council and city government. Okay. There's fractions out there right now that are trying to maneuver things for the wrong reasons. Okay? Our city council has done a great job. The city councilman, our mayor, has done a phenomenal job of bringing the right businesses in town. Susan Haney, I think, has been one of the best things that have happened to our city in a long time. And I'm a big fan of hers. Right? So when people talk poorly about our city council or talk poorly about our mayor, I take it a personal offense. Okay? Now, I've been attacked personally over that either the city's paying me or developers are paying me or somebody's paying me to do these things. And I can speak absolutely positively that I'm not paid by anybody, which is bothering everybody. All of these other companies are it's driving them nuts because they're trying to figure out what in the world brought this guy on the scene, because it doesn't make sense. Somebody's got to be paying him. Why would he do this?
So you want people to get involved.
I do.
That's it.
And I
Get
think
engaged in the community.
And I think it's awesome. It takes somebody a lot of courage to stand up to the silent minorities. I mean, the loud minority.
minority.
Because it's not always
that's
those with the
important.
loudest voice that should have the last word. Sometimes it's the quiet ones you have to worry about.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. This
I
is
love your
incredible.
cooking segment. That's a non-cooking segment. That is right up my alley. What's cooking now? The Boca Voice. You can find them online on Facebook, bocavoice.com.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you
Thank-
so much. It's been our pleasure. Thank you.
Wow, goes
Really.
fast. All right, we'll see you next week. Be safe. Be kind to one another. The kids are back in school. No texting or driving. See you next week. Bye-bye.
You've been hanging with the two broads from Boca.
If you have gained some confidence or an idea to create a better day, then we have made a difference.
Join us every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on WWNN.
Give us a call. Feel inspired as we continue to open those doors and have some fun.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.